Happy Monday, everybody. Today we're going to be reading Be Wigged by Cece Bell, and I'm reading this with permission by Scholastic Publishing Company. Be Wigged. Hi there. Jerry B. loved people. But people did not love Jerry B. For one thing, he was a bee. For another, he was the most enormous bee anyone had ever seen. A sting from a bee Jerry's size would really hurt, so people stayed away. It's true that Jerry was quite large, but he had never stung anyone in his entire life. In fact, he had tried hard to make friends. Free honey. Hello. Ring, ring. Buzz. Ah, a bee. But nothing worked. One morning, Jerry saw an old wig lying on the sidewalk. Why not? Thought Jerry. And he put the wig on his head. Just then, he heard a bus driver shout, "Young man, you're late for school!" The bus driver stopped the bus and opened the door and hollered, "Get in!" Jerry got on the bus. Wow, this wig makes me look just like a boy. As Jerry looked at himself in the mirror, he had a wonderful thought. If he looked like a boy instead of a bee, maybe people would finally like him. When the bus stopped, Jerry made a beeline for the school. He couldn't wait to make friends with all the people inside. Jerry entered the first classroom he could find. Excuse me, ma'am," he said. "My name is Jerry, and I would love to join your wonderful class. And might I add that you are looking quite lovely today." Miss Swan was the first friend Jerry made that day. The students really liked Jerry too. He was helpful, funny, artistic. That is so good. And generous. Gee, thank you. He was even a terrific speller. Friendship. Friendship. By the end of the day, Jerry B had made more friends than he had ever had in his whole life. So Jerry decided to come to school every day, and every day he made more friends. And one day he helped the janitor mop. Allow me. The next day, he complimented the lunch ladies on their food. Yummy, yummy. Oh, Jerry. Jerry inspired the cheerleaders with his remarkable team spirit. Go team! Oh, do join the squad, Jerry. He even won over the bus driver. 10-4, Miss Driver. Safety monitor. By the end of the week, everyone loved Jerry so much. That they made him the Grand Marshal of the annual school parade. Jerry B was ecstatic. He couldn't believe how much the wig had changed his life. We love Jerry. Jerry's number one. Then the wind started blowing hard. The wind blew Jerry's wig right off his head. He tried to catch it, but he was too late. Everyone saw Jerry without the wig, and everyone saw that he was the most enormous bee that they had ever seen. "Wait!" shouted a voice. "Please wait!" It was the wig. "I am a wiglet. I very, very hairy guinea pig. I have had the honor of sitting on Jerry's head for a whole week. Yes, Jerry is a bee. Yes, Jerry is enormous. But I have never seen Jerry sting anyone. Jerry is helpful, funny, artistic, and generous. I am proud to call Jerry my best friend ever." Everyone was quiet. And then, "Hooray for Jerry Bee! Hooray for Wiglet! Hip, hip, hooray!" everyone shouted. It was the best day of Jerry Bee's life, and at last he could be himself and have friends. And Wiglet would be his best friend forever. The author wrote us a note. "Be Wigged is my favorite book of all the books I've done. It's also an autobiography, a fact that I didn't even realize until I held the book in my hands for the first time. Jerry B's story is my story. Of course, I wasn't a giant bee who wore a wig in order to look like a boy, but I was a kid who felt different from all the other kids, and I wore a big, chunky hearing aid in order to hear more like they could. Like Jerry, I wanted very much to have friends. Like Jerry, I tried to be helpful, funny, artistic, and generous, and to be really good at spelling. Jerry's great fear was that his classmates would find out just how different he was, and that when they did, they would no longer wish to be his friend. I had the exact same fear. But, thankfully, Jerry's wig turns out to be the very hairy guinea pig, Wiglet, who reminds everyone just how great Jerry is, and my hearing aid turned out to be something that my classmates really dug once they saw all the fun things I could do with it. Be Wigged is a story about accepting people, and bees, who might be different from you. It's also a reminder that being helpful, funny, artistic, and generous can go a long way, but in one's quest for friends. But don't worry if you aren't good at spelling. That doesn't matter except when you forget the R in friends. Try not to call your friends your fiends. I hope you enjoyed today's book, and I look forward to reading to you again next week. Have a good evening, everybody.